So a war that I've been waiting for this entire campaign almost has finally broken out. And that war will be between Punjab and Persia, finally. And it's pretty much a one-on-one war. I mean, there are a few of the Punjab alliances that decided to say yes to the call. But, I mean, at the end of the day, how much of an impact are they really going to have? Revolutionary France is all the way in Western Europe. I mean, if they want to have an impact, I mean, if they have maybe open borders through Egyptian territory, which is unlikely since they don't like each other, but I don't know. It would really depend. I don't think Revolutionary France is going to be willing to send over regiments from Western Europe all the way towards the Middle East, but it's pretty much going to be one-on-one. I don't know exactly who has the advantage here. It looks like Punjab might have a slight advantage, but maybe not actually. 28 stack 55 and 12. So if Persia is able to unite their forces, then maybe not. We'll see about this. There's no more other wars. I don't think there's any other wars going on. The 28 stack might be distracted by Punjabi Arabia. But what do we have? Persia 0. Okay, so that war just started. Denmark is going to lose their war against Sweden. So yeah, there's pretty much nothing else going on while we have this very big war. So that's perfect. So they are rushing for Punjabi Arabia. Maybe that is not the best, but I don't know. If it's not fortified, then it is fortified. And there are 2 forts here, which is going to waste a lot of time. Unless, of course, they don't have their forts maintenanced. Maybe those forts are unmaintenanced. Right now, Punjab has 12 ships. Persia, I don't think, has a fleet at all. I would be surprised if they do. They have nothing in the Caspian Sea, which probably in hindsight would be a very bad idea. I don't even know why I checked on that, because who cares about the Caspian Sea? I guess you could have a few if you're fighting Russia or something like that. But yes, Punjab has 12 ships. I guess Persia doesn't feel the need to have a fleet. Up until this point, I guess I get it. So 28 stacks going this way. We have Punjab going where? Okay, so Punjab clearly has more forces than they just had on hand. Remember, this was a war declared from the offensive side of Persia. Ooh, and Persia just called in Naples, as well as Naples' small little, I guess it's a colony, but not really. I don't know why this formed a colony. But then again, wait a second. I don't know why I'm getting all excited here. First of all, besides the fact that Gavin can go after these French lands, Naples is really preoccupied right now with just trying to survive as the rebels continue to occupy more and more lands, and they can continue to press forward with their sieges. So they're fighting Moroccan separatists, I should say, lots of Moroccan separatists. Luckily for them, there's pretender rebels in the Italian peninsula. Those aren't that bad. Spain is also were forced to release Catalonia. And Revolutionary France, I don't see any regiments that they might have. So they might not be down. They've got 35,000. There is no way. There's no way they're going to be trying anything here. Now remember, Persia's allied to Greece. They haven't called in that alliance yet, though. Oh, I didn't realize they were allied to these guys, too. So they could call both of them in and really start to win a war against Punjab. Oh, wait a second. What's going on? Oh, they just called them in. Oh, crap. They called in Naples, too. Oh, that's a separate war. Ah, that is a separate war, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, my gosh. So, apparently these guys saw their chance to react. Ooh, Japan going after Shang. That's fun. And they went for it. So, I guess I don't know if they noticed the numbers. I don't know how those guys decided why or how they decided to go to war, especially because, remember, I saw Punjab, they built a bunch of regiments. We saw 1 stacks popping up all over the place. Maybe we missed a battle. Maybe maybe I didn't see a big battle that they had lost, and they were trying to, regather up some of the forces that they did lose in a battle against Persia. They probably lost a lot of manpower as they built those regiments, and they're continuing to build those regiments. But at this point, what else can they do? This is very bad for Punjab. This is very, very bad. They were forced to annul this alliance with... No, remember, this was not... Because Punjab hasn't been involved in a war for a while. It's Deccan, I believe. They've been fighting these smaller wars with a few of the smaller, minor nations in the subcontinent of India. I think they were the ones that were to get out of a peace deal, or to get out of a war, they were forced to annul the alliance. So Punjab's doing this all by themselves. They don't have any other friends besides Revolutionary France and a nation in Southeast Asia. who is being occupied right now by, who is this? Is it Thailand? So how did Thailand get involved in this? They must be allied to, they are. They're allied to somebody at least. Yeah, they're allied to these guys, Kokend, who declared the war themselves, which both of these wars, by the way, were, let's see, this is Persian conquest, and that was an imperialist war that just popped up. I feel bad for them, man. I feel bad. Oh, and Japan just took a pretty good chunk out of Qing. I mean, they could have taken maybe a little bit more if they focused their time and effort. Korea also took a bit. I don't know when Korea became this. I mean, they seem a lot more, I don't know, smooth than in the past. I thought they were more fragmented the last time I checked on the Korean Peninsula, but I don't know. Maybe it could be the crack. Who knows? So, how much are these nations going to take from Punjab? That's the question right now. They might be able to take a whole bunch. We might see them not take much at all. How much does Persia take? Persia just took away quite a bit from Egypt, but they did core the lands. They took about like 5 provinces away from Egypt. So, and those provinces probably weren't very valuable. Probably didn't cost them that much coring cost. It probably didn't, take up that much aggressive expansion. So, who knows? At this point, at this stage in the game, I'm sure Persia could probably take a huge chunk if they wanted out of Punjab. But it looks like they're more preoccupied with going after the Arabia-controlled Punjab. Or am I saying that right? Saudi Arabian Peninsula controlled. Punjab controlled Arabia. I don't know. I think it's the first. I think I got it right the first time. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, they seem to be a little bit more entertained by going after that region, and they probably will. This region actually traditionally is highly developed, but in this, you know what? It might not be as developed as a traditional EU4 game, so we have to keep that in mind. Yeah, so it's mainly the nations of the East that are doing most of the damage, which is surprising. Very surprising to kind of see this. I mean, I don't think this is going to be the end of Punjab. They could easily come back. They can make a comeback. They can make some stuff happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, because the war... Oh, my gosh. Okay, so what just happened here? Japan is at war now with Korea. Uh-oh. With Manchuria on their side. Did they happen to vassalize Manchuria, or are they just friends? They did not vassalize Manchuria. Manchuria is also allied to Russia, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay, a few nations going still after Great Britain. We've got the USA going after the British West Indies. Surprising. So I'm guessing, did Peru not take much, or what? Russia going after Korea too. Oh, I wonder why. Does Russia see that maybe... I mean, I'm sure the Russians wanted the Korean Peninsula themselves, and since the Japanese declared war, they were probably, feeling like, uh-oh, my time, the time slipped through my fingers. That could have been the other way around. Russia might have declared the war first. No, we saw Japan declare the war first. Never mind. Oh, yeah, that's right. And, so Canada is not looking so well. I completely forgot to show you guys this. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said, Canada not doing so well in North America. So, yeah. And the USA even have a coastal province on the Pacific Ocean. So, that would be interesting to see what they attempt to do. Obviously, Canada probably doesn't have many more months left. I mean, the truce is going to end in 1992, so they have 12 more years to survive. The British Columbia could technically go after Canada alone without the USA's help, I think. So yeah, the British West Indies are still around. Peru was not able to do anything. Haiti was not able to do anything. I know they made a landing, I thought. But the Americans really want this land, and the Americans are being very aggressive. I mean, it might be, like I said, I think the Americans are starting to feel the threat of the South start to... rise up in Latin America. I mean, clearly Peru's looking very strong, and I'm sure their truce with Mexico is close to ending till 1983. So 3 more years, yeah, and that's gone. And Peru, I believe, has already cored all of this stuff. Yep. So they'd be able to jump right back into a war. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because they do seem still very aggressive. So there we go. There is going to be quite a bit of war score for both of these nations. Let's see. We've got Persia only with 13, surprisingly enough. It's actually Kokend with 34% war score, so obviously quite a bit more. We've got the Japanese with 67 war score, Russia with 0. So yeah, clearly this is going to go in the Japanese favor. I don't believe the Russians had much of anything down here. They were allied to Manchuria, but See, now they're going to start to, they sense, oh, and it's over. So Japan has already taken over everything besides one province that Korea controlled. Russia might be the one to actually take them down, which Russia could afford to do that. They're a pretty powerful nation. They don't need to worry about what the world's thinking. But these two Japanese territories in mainland East Asia are not going to be connected. So that is something to kind of take note of. But yeah, the Japanese are looking much more powerful, much more likely, much more like the Japan that we're used to in the present day timeline. So Japan is westernized too. I know that there were a few people that were saying that, you know, one of the reasons why Japan aren't as powerful as we've seen in the past was because they were not westernized. I think that's probably been the case for a lot of the nations. I really think that I think that maybe that's why the campaign did get more entertaining, because more and more nations were able to westernize as well, so they were able to fight, you know, more forces and stuff like that. Ooh, what's going on here with Greece? They're facing some pretty huge pretender rebels. I mean, I don't believe off the top of my head the pretender rebels. I don't think are too bad, so they should be okay. Yeah, you know what? Now I think about it, or now that I see it, Persia really doesn't control. They're not the ones that are grabbing most of the occupations. It's the nations off to the east that are doing most of the damage. So yeah, so we'll see what happens with the British West Indies and the USA. Obviously, it's not looking so good. Mombasa. Oh, I like this war. Mozambique, Portuguese Mozambique, and Portuguese East Africa versus Mombasa and Egypt. Now, remember, Egypt just got out of a losing war. They don't look like they have much regiments actually at all. But Mombasa, oh, never mind, they do. All the regiments are already in Portuguese East Africa. But Mozambique is also need to be a concern. Now, like we said, I think every nation has been westernized now. So there is no technology bonuses. I haven't really been accounting for much technology bonuses as it is. So, I mean, I apologize. I guess I wasn't used to that. For in the past, all my EU4 campaigns have started off entirely where everyone is the same technology group. So that is my excuse. I probably should have looked more into that as we started the campaign. But at least now, you know, we know it's not a big deal. Had no idea Revolutionary France controlled some of these islands out here. So yeah, Egypt is, I mean, they might be able to take up some of this territory. Actually, no, because they're giving all the occupations to Mombasa, so that's very nice of them. Habio, they're down to one province. They lost a lot, so Mombasa has been pretty aggressive. I like that, and they might even take much more here. But Portuguese Mozambique was able to land on Madagascar, on the Madagascar island, I should say. So that's not good, because I think their capital is here, right? Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, they're protecting their capital, which is good for them because they're not going to lose as much. Oh my gosh, man. Well, there goes the end of both of these Punjab wars. Again, I don't think we're going to see. This isn't the last of them. I don't believe. I'm sure that they'll be back. I know that they're going to lose quite a bit here. They will definitely lose quite a bit. Oh yeah, and Ukraine popped out. I can't remember exactly why, but Russia lost something, and is because they were at war. Oh, and Denmark got their capital back, or their former capital back. That is because they declared war on, I believe it was Liebeck, which right now Holstein, Hamburg has most of this stuff. So Hamburg has just put down, like Lübeck is down to just like the islands off the Baltic Sea. But Lübeck was the original nation to have forced Russia to release Ukraine, as well as they forced them to release this former Danish core. So lots of crazy things going on. Surprised to see Russia really not doing much. We'll have to really double check to see who's like number one, first place. I'm guessing the USA. Persia has peaced out with Punjab. They took a little bit. They could have done a lot more damage though. Oh, they took over all the provinces in the Arabian Peninsula. Okay, so that was pretty smart. As well as they got a few provinces out to their east. But yeah, then Punjab is not looking so good. We'll see what Kokand asks for. The only problem, and I apologize if I am completely butchering the pronunciation of this nation. The only problem with these guys that I don't like, and it's just an aesthetic thing, is I don't like that they're the same color as Russia. Obviously, that kind of sucks. But yes. So Portuguese Mozambique is at negative 27 war score. Obviously not doing so well. Because there are less wars that are breaking out. Oh, and what did something happen here? Or the USA is still involved in their war with the British West Indies. Never mind. I knew there was something going on in the New Worlds. I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? I forgot what happened. And then now I remember. It's just there's nothing really happening. Because the world is kind of slowing down, like because there are less wars, I'm guessing there'll be a small time of peace. You know, usually when we see wars happen, it's like just hectic. Wars and wars and wars are going on because one alliance chain sees another alliance chain of being weak. They see a weakness, I guess, in the chain. It would be a better way to describe it. And then they attack. And then that, you know, either the chain with the weak member gets attacked by a whole bunch of different sides, or the chain that did the attacking starts to end up having a nation that's, you know, not doing so well. Maybe they weren't in the best situation compared to the rest of their alliances, so other nations around them declared war on the offensive country. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the reason. That's my reason why I don't think we're going to see as much. There goes the Peru-Brazilian War. I knew that one was going to happen. Pretty much everybody knew that was going to happen almost as soon as the truce was up, right? The truce hadn't been up for that long, or maybe, you know what, actually, they might have had the truce might have been up, but Peru was maybe focusing in on just keeping a hold of the Mexican territory that they grabbed a hold of. I'm surprised that we didn't see any rebels pop up. I'm sure there was, but I'm saying that we didn't see any, so that means that Peru was wiping them out really, really fast. At this stage in the game, when a nation is this size, they're able to take out rebels just so fast with their regiments. So I guess it's not too much of a surprise that Peru can just, boom, you know, swoop over, pop, you know, pop the rebels, and then they're gone. So I don't think the rebels really last very long when they do uprise. Peru's already at 4 war score. That is crazy. So yeah, I think that we'll see the Brazilians lose all of Chile. Actually, you know what? They might not lose all of Chile if they don't send the regiments down here towards Brazilian Chile. Or they'll be banished to strictly only Brazilian Chile. Brazilian Chile will turn into just Brazil. Actually, that's a lot of provinces still remaining in Western South America, so that might be a little bit of an overstatement there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Bam! Mombasa, we just came here just in time. Now, did Egypt grab anything? Nope. They allowed Mombasa to take everything. Well, yeah, we obviously, Drew. We saw Egypt was giving up all the occupations to Mombasa, so sometimes I amaze myself at some of the things that I say accidentally. I know that I amaze you guys. I know for a fact that I surprise and bring tears to your eyes with some of the things that I say. But anyways, Mombasa is looking pretty powerful. Obviously, them keeping a hold of their alliance with Egypt is a very smart move. They are starting to run out of. I mean, every nation that they get involved into a war with, at least in Africa, it's going to be somewhat tough. Although Portugal has lost quite a bit of power now that this war has ended. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time. We'll see what happens. There's still quite a lot of wars, I'm sure, that we're going to be seeing. We've got Spanish Pacific, who I believe have gained their independence, against Omani and Somaliland. I love that name, Omanian Somaliland. It just kind of rolls. It really sounds so cool. Anyways, I'll have to stop right there, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll look in Punjab later. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.